Arsenal 3, Bayern Munich 1. Now, before we talk about this game, it's time to cook Bayern. This team has been a team that has been disgracing Arsenal for a very long time. This team has been a team that tramples upon Arsenal no matter what we meet. Now, hold that. It's 3-1. And you were lucky to get that goal. If Kevin was in, there was no chance you would have gotten that one goal. You could have considered about 4 or 5 goals. Now, listen. Malone, if you get a mustache like Adolf Hitler, they do not warn you about Martinelli. Did he not warn you? It was the same prayer. Ebrichi Eze, who gave that pass to Martinelli, who loved the ball over Dinarema for Arsenal scorers against Man City. He did the same thing today. Ebrichi Eze, once again, that guy with an IQ of 10 scientists. He loved the ball to Martinelli, who was running against Joshua Kimmich. We all know Joshua Kimmich is as slow as a snail. It was an empty ball. Listen, Bayern Munich, I was not expecting this. I was expecting something more. I was expecting you to put up a fight. This was not a fight, man. Arsenal could have scored about 5 goals at least. Declan Rice could have scored his ball that he ran from the midfield all the way to Neuer that he missed. Ebrichi Eze in the box that he miskicked. That Mikel Merino had about 2 or 3 clear headers that he missed. It could have easily been 6 or 5 at least. You were lucky to cut off with just 3. You were lucky. Now, Vincent Kompany, what did you think this was going to be? Did you think this was going to be one of those games that you played in the Bundesliga? This is not one of them. You have played against top of the Premier League. You played Chelsea. You played Chelsea. They are not top of the league. Now you're facing the big boys. And let me remind you, Arsenal did not have an atomical striker. And let me tell you about the players that Arsenal didn't have. Arsenal don't have Big Gabby at the back. Because if Big Gabby was there, I'm not sure that that ball would have that space to get that tap in. If Big Gabby was there, he probably would have carried for Miles Lewis Kelly. Man, let me tell you this. We don't have no typical strikers. Gyökeres, Karavetz, Gabriel Jesus, they were out. We start the game, and our best performing winger, Leandro Trossard, gets injured and leaves the pitch. If this was the Arsenal that I know, the whole spirit of the team would have been gone. Any dream or desire to win this game would have been lost. Now, this is not the same Arsenal that you've played over and over again. This is not the Arsenal you played under Arsene Wenger. This is not the Arsenal you played when Mikel Arteta was still trying to understand his philosophy. That is not the Arsenal anymore. This Arsenal means business. This Arsenal means distraction. This Arsenal means annihilation. And your star player, Elise, was lost as soon as Calafre came and he was like, yeah, leave him to me. I got him. He marked him out. He was crossed. He was checked out. Now, if you look at your striker, the best striker in the world, Harry Kane, who has the best record against us with Haaland, what was he? I did not see him. I did not smell him. The only thing I saw him do is defend. When Saka has the ball, he comes all the way from center forward to come and defend Saka. Saka gets the ball, and there was 3 men on Saka. Now, let me tell you the smartest move Arteta made in this game. Arteta decided to take off Bukayo Saka, who was triple marked, and bring on Noni Madueke in this position. Now, who is the star man that you are going to mark? That was the difficulty for Vincent Kompany and his Bayern Munich team. Are you going to double mark Madueke, who you don't really believe, or, you haven't really seen him that much? Or are you going to mark Martinelli or Eze? What are you going to do? And that is what caused the downfall of this whole Bayern team. Now, they came in to try and frustrate Arsenal, to try and be playing those short passes, to try and break Arsenal, but Arsenal had the mid-block. Arsenal were tight. Arsenal were closed off. The back door was shut, and Arsenal got the job done. Now, if you are an Arsenal fan, listen, you must be so excited. You must be so excited. The reason why I say this is because going to this game, a team that has played 17 games without losing, a team that loses by 2 goals, comes like and win 5-2, 5-3. That is the team you're going to play against. A team that has beat PSG, a team that has beat that is Chelsea, a team that is basically won the top in Europe. That team has been trashed by Arsenal. Now, that should tell you one thing. This Arsenal team is not a fluke performer. This performance from Arsenal is not something that just happen out of the blue. They have been working on this for so long. Now, if you decide to press us, we are going to counterattack. And if we get a corner, hallelujah. If we get a corner, you better defend with everything you have, because whether it's from the right or left, we have people to take it. We do. No matter the defense that you have, Arsenal has an answer for you. And that is what Arsenal are very good at this season. I see this Arsenal team as a team that does not fear going to these matches. I see Arsenal team as a team that does not fear no matter the opponent that they face. When I look at what we play against Man City was playing prime Jose Mourinho defense. That was what Man City was left with. Man City playing 9 defenders, including the keeper. I was blown away. That is how good you have to defend in order to try and stop this Arsenal team, and yet still Man City conceded a goal. This is the Arsenal team. Newcastle scored 1 goal and thought they were done, and Arsenal came back and won the game. That is the Arsenal team we are talking about. The team that trusts Atletico Madrid 4-0. And let me remind you, this same Atletico Madrid, Antoine Griezmann scored us and was doing this. If you don't remember, I don't forget. Now they came and got trashed 4-0. You are going to face this team and you think it's going to be easy? You think it's going to be like you're playing against a team that don't know what they're doing? We have an identity. We have an identity. We have players who are ready to shed blood for this badge. Declan Rice, man. Declan Rice. Let me not hear any Chelsea fans say comparing Declan Rice to guys. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. What was Caicedo when Chelsea played Bayern? What was he? If you watch this game, you'll know who did the craziest work in the game. You'll know who ran his socks off in this game. You will know the players that were the brains behind this win. Now you could talk of Declan, you could talk of Merino, you could talk of Zubimendi. I haven't seen a short dude who has that kind of jump. A short dude who is able to win these aerial duels. I haven't seen them. That is the player that we have in Martin Zubimendi. Now, if you look at Mikel Merino, I don't even understand this dude. What type of player is he? What is his best position? I don't know. He plays the midfield. He goes as a striker. He could play on the wing. He could play as... I don't know what kind of player he is. He can put in that pass. Look at the pass that he gave when we played Tottenham. Look at that pass he gave Trossard. Where did that come from? He gave the same pass to Bukayo Saka when we played at the Santiago Bernabeu after Bukayo Saka missed the penalty. He played that same pass and Bukayo Saka chipped Courtois and scored. And shushed the whole of Santiago Bernabeu. That is the players that... These are the kind of players that we have. Players who are not just about skill, but about brains as well. Any of these players deserve praise. Listen, our backline deserves the biggest praise. Jurriën Timber, Saliba, Mascara. Listen, Mans Lewis Kelly, that was a question mark. I haven't seen a game that Mans Lewis Kelly has been so like underperformed, has underperformed like this. Olise was just using him. But when Califeri came, he was like, oh, yeah, you're playing with a kid. Let me show you how it's done. And Califeri made sure that Olise was useless. The center pair, Mascara, Saliba, made sure that Harry had no cane to his surname. And this was what the defense was about. When we talk about our midfield, the Zubimendi, Declan Rice, this is the best pair that you can have as your holding midfield. One that could go back and forth like as many as possible, and the other one that do not mind getting himself in positions that can stop danger. And you have someone like a Bridges who is using who is having about 5 brains of doctors putting these passes in. Now let me remind you, when we got the second goal that came from Madueke, it was a weighted pass from Bridges to Calafiori with a one-time cross and a tap-in from Madueke. When you watch Martinelli's goal, it was similar to as I already described. It was a Bridges. He had an easier option, but he went for that one. He knew that Kimmich could not run and he put the ball over the top. He has that brain. What does Arteta do? What does Arteta do since Odegaard is back? What does he do? Does he stop? Does he bench a bridge Jesse? I don't know, man. Does he bench Declan Rice? No. Does he bench be? No. I honestly don't know, but I feel like this is good for the team. Now, when you get the opportunity, you cannot mess up, man, because your position is not secured, man. Now, if you are coming back from injury with the way this team is performing, do you deserve to start? Let me know in the comment section whether Odegaard deserves to start. If Victor Gyökeres come back, do you think he deserves to start? When Kai Havertz comes, do you think he deserves to start ahead of Mikel Merino, Victor Gyökeres? Do you think he deserves to start ahead of these two? It is going to be insane. I just can't wait for all these players to come back and see what Mikel Arteta is going to cook for this team. Now, if you are an Arsenal fan, listen, this is your day. You have to accept and enjoy this. It's been a long time coming since we did this to a team like Bayern. This is our year. We're on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and it will be so much of an honor if you help us reach this milestone. This is Kobe Talks Football, and we out.
It's fantasy hero reach